This is a short video demonstration about Program Express, a web-based portfolio program and project reporting solution, where our aim is to automate the program and project reporting processes, replace the labor-intensive manual effort with consolidated and aggregated reports, and specifically with a quick-to-implement, simple and intuitive and cost-effective solution. So we're going to have a little demo of Program Express. We're using the Sainsburys Bank corporate color palettes and logos. It's a cloud-based solution, and we're going to log on as the administrator, but you can be an administrator, a right access user, or a read-only user. And by logging on to the system, it will take us straight to our home screen. You'll see that we've applied some of the corporate color palettes of Sainsburys Bank with the logo, and we can open up as an administrator the programs, the projects. Remember, this is purely a demo structure and demo data, and you have total flexibility as to what you develop and how many levels of sub programs and projects you have. But with this view from the home screen, the administrator can see all the projects, see the health of the projects using the red, amber, green methodology across all the different modules within Program Express, shown here as icons, better described through the update tabs as commentary, plan, resources, cost, benefits, impacts, risks, and logs. And from this screen, they can also run reports that they have set up specifically within this user license, or shared reports that have been set up by a central projects team and that are being shared with me. Now, Program Express is very much about simple data import and powerful program and portfolio reporting output. So I'm going to show you a slightly different view, a view of the user who has to make the updates. It will be the same home screen, but in terms of roles, we can filter out the projects that they don't need to see. We can filter out the modules that they're not required to update. So just as an example, I shall log on to a user who has, back in the same home screen, same database, different view, who has right access to 3 projects, and they are expected to make updates to commentary, plan, costs, and risks in this instance. So for that project manager, they would select the project, they would click on the square, this one's commentary, they'd see what they said last time, they'd make the narrative updates. You can see it's achieved last period, focus for next period, many different commentary threads, but you can configure whatever you want. Make the updates, move through to the planning screen, have a look at the latest high-level plan and see what amendments and changes need to be made to that. Moving through to the costs, update your budgets, additional cost items, and make those changes and move them through to the risks, and you'll see the latest risk register. Again, view what we've currently got and see what amendments need to be made. Once the project manager has made their amendments, they more than likely want to see what the data looks like in a report, and they will potentially have set up a report within their own little My Reports portal, run a one-page summary PPT. This is a report that would drop down nicely into PowerPoint. It's sort of like a plan on a page, an example of a project report. So we run project, program, and portfolio reports. So here you'll see the project, the RAG information, some of the milestones and financials, and the commentary threads that have been configured specifically for this report. So that's the experience of the user, or the person who's expected to make the updates, and then we'll go back in as the administrator. Administrator can be comfortable now. There are lots of admin reports which can show the health of the data when people last made updates. They can check all of that, but they can now open up the project information and they can view the health and status and review further details of those specific projects. Now they'll probably be drawn to the reds, and you can filter out the greens, you can filter out the ambers. It will just show the reds. And if we look at an example, project 1C, in terms of costs, that's a red, so we can drill down to the screen and we can see where the problem is. Oh yes, we're 200,000 overspent, forecast against planned or budget. and we can do the same with any project and any module. The administrator is more likely going to want to start running reports. I've shown you a project report, but now if we start to look at program and portfolio reports, which are the same, they're just aggregated up from the projects or sub-projects. And in this example, we'll run a shared report. So let's use an example of the RAG status summary. Excel type report that's automatically consolidating and aggregating the information. So you've got all your projects here, you've got the project manager start and end date, RAG status, and the commentary threads that we've configured. So we can make many different types of configurations of this report. This is just one example. So we may want to run the Gantt chart report to have a look at the plan that sits below the portfolio, which means that we're seeing the Gantt chart plan for every single program and project within the organization. So we'll see that here. We use the red, amber, green for the taskbars. Red meaning it's missed a date, amber meaning it's forecast to be later than was originally expected. So red is missed, amber is forecasting to be later than expected. We might want to have a look at the same data as a milestone summary, so more of a timeline view across all the projects, slightly higher level view, where we can see all the key milestones, the health of them, red, amber, green again, and expected delivery dates within a period. And one more example, maybe the resource usage summary. Again, this is an Excel style report. Resources are aligned to the plan and easily allocated, and this is one of the types of outputs we can get, where we show the resources, what projects they're working on, number of days in a period, in this case monthly, it could be weekly, what it aggregates up to, or what their allocation is over that period aggregated. We can see where we've got out of tolerance in terms of the reds and the ambers. So that really sort of concludes the show. There's much more functionality, so this is just a short demo. We can see all the different levels of functionality. We also got document repository, different types of reporting, different settings, and admin configuration settings for the administrator. So what we're saying is that if you've seen the short video and you have a requirement and like to get in touch, there are the contact details, and the call to action from here would be to arrange further webinar of fuller functionality with members of the team, or preferably arrange a face-to-face meeting, or plan a pilot implementation. But thank you very much for watching.